Can you tell us a little bit more about the job coaches, their qualifications, volunteers, paid, that
Yeah,
sort of thing?
what we do, we have a combination of full-time and part-time job coaches in the workforce department. We look qualifications, we look for experience in the field, but really we'll train the right people. We're looking for people that are patient and just understanding and working with our consumers. Our first and foremost thought is, we want people that are going to work well with our consumers and make our consumers comfortable. And I don't want to say secondary, but almost right up there, 1A is getting them a job. But we want people that are going to do it right, make sure to find them that right job that I was talking about, and make sure to train them correctly on the job so they don't have problems down the road. But we have a pretty diverse group of job coaches. Have some just out of college. We have some that are retired, that are looking for something to do outside of retirement. So it's pretty diverse. Basically, we're just looking for the right character of people to help our consumers.
How are your employees paid? Are they paid according to the same rules as other employees, like minimum wage? And how about things like benefits? Do they all get benefits?
Well, the full-time employees get all the benefits that Irene Wortham Center offers, which is health, dental, life. You're talking about the consumers that we work with? I'm sorry. If we get somebody hired, just for example, if Ingalls hires somebody, then Ingalls is hiring them just as they would any other employee. So they're subject to whatever pay scale or benefits that any other employee that's hired is. So they're not hired necessarily through us. The company is hiring that individual. We're just there at no cost to the employer to help with the training and add any extra support they may need.
So there's no benefit in that sense to the employer?
No, other than the support they'll get, and of course, like I said, the tax credit, and there are benefits, but there's no, other than the tax credit, there's not really a financial benefit. Although I will tell you, vocational rehab has a program now where certain people may qualify for voc rehab to pay their salary while they're training until they get up to speed and don't need any more training. Vocational rehab will pay for their entire salary. We haven't used that yet just because no one's been referred to us for that program yet, but that is available to them, and it's an excellent plan if we can get it up and running.
I was a job coach for Goodwill for a year, and we had a program where the piece rate or hourly rate, the employer got a break on the workers' wages based on their ability. If they could do 10 pieces an hour and the normal is 60 pieces an hour, then the employer only had to pay for however you'd figure it out. I can't remember. And the same thing was true with the hourly wage, was that they were evaluated based on their ability to perform up to that wage, and then they would only have to pay that amount, and then we, through the agency, paid them the balance funded from wherever that came from.
Right?
Is that something similar?
Was that the stuff you guys were doing in the workshop there at Goodwill, or was that jobs out?
Both.
It is legal for people to pay in that sense, companies outside of the workshop setting. We don't actually have an in-house thing like that, but I would think, we haven't experienced that. We haven't had to work that out with any employers, so I'm not.
Well, it's a good incentive for employers.
It is, and
they don't want to hire somebody who can only do half the job.
Right, and what you run into is people not wanting to hire, but like you said, if you can present that to somebody and say, well, if this person's doing 40% of what a regular employee is doing, you pay 40%.
Right.
Like I said, it's not something that we've dealt with yet, so I'm not really well versed in that, but.
Well, and Goodwill deals with a different clientele than you do too, as well, so they're not.
But yeah, it is illegal. It's it's legal for places to do that in the community and things like that.
Right. Yeah.
How many clients and how many counties do you serve? And do you work with the PEP program in the Buncombe County Schools that also serves Asheville City school students for some sort of transition to work from school?
Yeah. Excuse me. We currently one thing I didn't tell you when I was telling you the services that we also provide follow-up services. When somebody in a certain service that we're providing gets a job and we're done training, we'll follow up with that individual every month to make sure that they're doing okay, not having any problems for as long as they have the job. The last count on the number of consumers we had in total, I think, was around 115. That's through every service that we provide. Now we serve Madison counties, Buncombe County, and Henderson County are the counties that we serve. And we haven't worked really with the PEP program, but we work a lot with the OCS program, which is the Occupational Course of Study in the local high schools. And really basically what that program is in the high schools is when these students that are in that program are seniors, if they get a job, they're working for their school credit. So, that's a good program. We just have to get them jobs.
And from a bigger perspective, especially in the climate today that some people say we should just stop spending, the cost benefit usually is a way to look at it too, is a cost to doing this. But the benefit, obviously, is some of these folks did not have employment and did not have an active engagement in the community, that there would be other costs associated with their
Yep. There's that, and to go along with that, though, a lot of the people we work with are on Social Security or disability or some form of that, and if our goal is to get them to work, that's at the very least going to cut that payment that the government is paying out. In some cases, if they can get a full-time job, it may end those payments, and Medicaid and all of that stuff. So that's another big benefit to what we're doing. I mean, our whole program is designed to kind of get people off the books because we're putting them out there to work. So I think really of all the programs that I know about, this one's great for the government because, we're kind of helping to ease that load a little bit, I think. That's my opinion on the matter.
Do we have another question?
I did also want to mention, we also work with felons. Now, recently that's changed a little bit. For us to work with a felon now, and I'm not sure if you know of this change, they actually have to have some documented disability. But I know in the past we've just worked, with if somebody has a felony on record, they could go to vocational rehab and be referred to a job coach if they needed to. Like I said, that's changed a little bit now, but that's another thing that we're trained to do and kind of help people that have those felonies on their record find employers that are friendly to that type of situation and understanding that type of situations. That's another area that we work on.
Okay, well, Liz, we'll turn it back to you, I guess.
She asked how many businesses we work with. I don't even have, honestly, a count. I mean, it's got to be over 50 in the area, and that's just really, really ballpark. But we have a lot of businesses that are friendly to us coming in. A lot of the businesses, and it'd probably be good to mention because Ingalls is a good local business that hires a lot of our people and really open to working with our people. Walmart's another one that recently has just really been open to hiring and understanding with our population. And there are a lot of smaller kind of mom and pop stores too, but those are the two big kind of local businesses that are really open to letting us come in. We don't have any kind of formal partnership with them or anything like that. They're just open to getting our people in there, interviewing them, and if they feel like they're right for the job, they'll give them a chance. So I do want to mention those two.
Who do you work for? Who pays you?
I work for Liz. Now, where our money comes from, everything, like I said, all our referrals come from vocational rehabilitation or the services for the blind. So everything we do with their consumers, we bill them for. So we'll get a check from vocational rehab for, however much work we've done with their clients. So that's how our funding comes in. Oh, yeah, also, that's how we bill. We also do get a lot of funding from the United Way, and I think there are a couple of other grants that we have out, smaller grants, but United Way is definitely a big funder. I don't want to leave them out because I don't know if we would survive without their funding.
Also in their building.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And again, I want to apologize for being late.
I want to thank him for the presentation. And again, I have ribbons if you would like to wear them. I have them up front, so thank you. Next week's program is our wonderful, it's our sheriff, but he's coming as a candidate, I should say. Yes, the candidates for sheriff are coming to present. So we have Sheriff Duncan and Dickie Green coming to do the presentation.
The meeting is adjourned.